NBA basketball. In this game, we'll see the Los Angeles Clippers against the Brooklyn Nets. With Greg Anthony and Hall of Famer Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan. And joining us on the sidelines, another Hall of Famer, David Aldridge. And we've got a good one on tap tonight between a couple of teams, Greg, who can really shoot the three ball. Some of your thoughts coming into this one.
Well, when you have teams like this, it's about guarding that perimeter. If you don't, they're going to rain on you the entirety of the game. So this might be one of those games that comes down to who has the ball last.
Here are the starters for Brooklyn. We've got Bridges. MP out there with Thomas. Then there's Nicholas Claxton. And it's Watford in at the force. Now Thomas, after Norman Powell missed from long range. Now, here's MP. 17 points in his last outing. Shot clock at 5 to the middle. The Nets need to get a shot off here. Thomas, no luck. George against Bridges. Here's Harden. That ball's nice feed that time from George.
Oh, nice work finding the open man by George. Plays like this prove he's a team player.
And you look at Paul George, Doris. He really fits any system you can think of.
Kevin, that's about two things, the skill set and the mindset. If you need him to take over, he can change and get that line of thinking in his mind. You want him to play a secondary role, he can adjust there mentally as well.
And the rejection by Harden. Here's Powell. And it hung on the rim, but wouldn't fall for him. Down low, here's MP. Good D by Harden.
Boy, in that close, he's almost automatic. Boy, that's pretty good defense. Wow.
The shot by George, wide open. Nice open look, but it's no good. The Nets have gone just 1 of 4 to get this game started. MP kicks to Bridges. MP sets the screen for Bridges. A three from MP. And the rejection by Harden.
Just one made field goal in 5 tries. Not a good start.
Thomas against George. The pass to Plumlee. It's good. He makes his first shot of the game.
This is one of the many things Paul George has done to help their offense. Effective ball movement.
And the first timeout called of the game for Brooklyn. Here's our 2K leaderboard with the list of the teams that have been on fire from beyond the arc over the past month. 5th, the Clippers.
Yeah, boy, they've been hot from 3 this past month. That's what happens when you have good shooters who get into a good rhythm.
MP against Harden, and plenty of contact on the shot, so 2 free throws coming up. And load management, a term, Greg, that's been associated with the Clippers.
And Kawhi rightfully managing his return from ACL injury with care. It's harder to build chemistry when guys are out, but it's all about staying healthy for the postseason.
There is nothing coaches like more than somebody you can count on. MP's trusted by his coaches, his teammates. They count on him to bring it every night.
And their post play has been really solid right off the bat.
Here's MP. Paul George making his last shot.
And not the most common call you'll see in the NBA, but hard to argue that pick wasn't illegal.
It is really difficult to get your feet completely set, to stay completely still. It's almost surprising to me that it isn't called more often.
Russell Westbrook in for Los Angeles. And a change for the Nets. Johnson, he's checked in for Mikal Bridges. Now Thomas, after Westbrook's missed 3. MP with it. He's certainly been a consistent piece of their offense, averaging about 14.5 points a game.
Not really his best quarter as far as scoring. Let's see if he can eventually get back on track.
Now here's Westbrook. Last time, 14 points for him. And the foul called on MP. That is his first foul of the game.
And you can see he just didn't get squared up with his feet.
And that replay showed just how forceful that block was.
And an early swat like that can really set the tone. Now the shooters...
hand, passes to Harden. Zubac's a screen on Bridges. Inside. And Mitchell Robinson is going to pick up the foul. That is his first foul of the game. Trendon Watford's checked in for the Nets.
Now we will line up for the Nets. Number 9, Trendon Watford.
Harden with a screen on MP. Here's Westbrook. The rebound by the Nets. They couldn't put the pieces together, losing the last matchup with the Lakers.
And defensively in that one, they needed to come up with big stops to quiet that crowd, and that's obviously easier said than done.
I'll tell you this, it looked like they wanted to get out of town as quickly as possible. The problem is their defense went with them.
And Brooklyn, looking who they've got. We've got Bridges. He's out there with MP. Johnson is out there with Mitchell Robinson. And it's Watford in at the 4 spot. And let's head over to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Thanks very much. MP in the last game against Los Angeles was a man on a mission. He finished with 17 points, and his aggressiveness allowed him to make an impact from the charity stripe as well. Really displaying incredible hustle during this run. Guys just can't keep up with him. Kevin?
Thanks, David. He took command, and Greg really led the fight for his team.
You like someone who's willing to take control, but then again, tonight could turn out to be a different story.
I think he's got to find the appropriate balance between not forcing it and not settling.
Here he goes. Kicks it out to MP. That 3 off the mark.
You know what? He's just stone cold right now. Really not sure if he's their best option offensively as they try to get back in this game. I mean, the number of points they've scored in the paint already here is eye-opening.
And so, MP will bring it up for the Nets. 8-point game. Robinson a screen on Westbrook to the inside. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. What would you pick right now, Doris, is one of the things that impresses you most about playing the NBA?
Boy, Kev, there's a couple of things that really stand out. Number one, the ball skills that players have and the ability to shoot the ball with range off the bounce. Those are game-changing aspects in today's NBA.
Here's what the Clippers are going with right now. Plumlee, he's checked in for Zubac. P.J. Tucker comes in for Amir Coffey. George is checked in for Mann. And Norman Powell subbed in for Russell Westbrook.
An absolute master at drawing contact. Defenders get nervous guarding James Harden. This is why.
Simmons checked in for Robinson. And so he hits both.
Probably as close to a sure thing as you can have at the free throw line.
And Simmons kicks to MP. And there's 1:45 left in the first half. Back to Simmons. Good, and the assist goes to MP. Simmons got his second bucket.
You see the size of Ben Simmons on a roll situation, so effective at 6'10".
George with the ball. Now Thomas defending. Outside, George. 4 on the clock. Rebounded by the Nets. Last time they met was in Brooklyn.
And their last time against this club, they really fell short at the free throw line.
Back to MP. Simmons, a screen on George. MP dishes to Simmons, and the shot goes in. Simmons got 6.
My goodness, defense was there, but Ben Simmons makes that finish look easy.
George with the screen on Simmons. Harden kicks to George. Drills it from outside. He has 7.
And they're not afraid to let it fly from deep. They're looking to extend their lead with the 3 ball here in the second quarter.
Simmons finds MP. .30 seconds left in the second quarter. Back to Simmons. And Thomas has it in the corner. Pass to MP. Outside, Simmons. And it's going to be a 24-second shot clock violation. They turn it over.
Substitution on the court.
And here's George. He's coming off a 19-point game against Oklahoma City. Outside Westbrook. Jacks up a three. Good on the triple. Westbrook's got the lead up to 12 now for the Clippers.
If you're Russell Westbrook, you've got to balance that ability with getting downhill, with making range shots, and he delivers there.
And the first half is now in the books. Clippers lead by 12. And join us right back here after the break for the start of the second half.
And at this point, that battle is coming into focus. So many great names. People at home making their voices heard loud and clear.
Wonderful to feel love from.
And looking now at that first half of action, quite a big deficit for the Nets.
What I'm really wondering is...
And that about wraps it up. And as the third quarter is about to begin...
Well, we've got a second half of basketball for you. We think it's going to be pretty good. A big comeback, though, is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. A fantastic game from Harden in this one.
And the way that he has helped out with the ball movement has been a difference maker early on.
I don't know that you necessarily think of him as someone who's going to create for others, but boy, all night he's been willing to make the extra pass.
Out on the wings for him, Powell and George. P.J. Tucker is out there with Plumlee, and it's Harden in at the point. That's who's out there for the Clippers. And while we've got a moment, let's send it over to our terrific reporter, David Aldridge. David?
Thanks, Kevin. The Clippers in recent years have become one of the better defensive teams in the league. Now, Coach Ty Lue said it's tough because everybody on the floor now is a decent three-point shooter. So you got to pick your poison. It's different than when I first started. The game is changing every year, so you've got to be able to adapt to the times. Kevin?
All right, thank you, David.
Well, if it's James Harden taking the mid-range, I'm fine with it. This guy is a three-level scorer par excellence.
And a few seasons ago, Norman Powell was hopping around the NBA from team to team.
You know, remarkably, Kevin, though his locker and location may have been changing, his play was consistent through that stretch and beyond. Here's a player who you know his game, and he can deliver scoring punch wherever he is.
With some arc, and that one drops for him. George has got 9.
Boy, how pure a shooter is Paul George. That form is simply on point.
Harden against MP. MP going in strong, and he makes that one. He's got 8.
That's 3 of 4 here to start the half.
Harden against MP. It's Powell with the drive. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
This guy is electric off the bounce. Norman Powell doing work off the dribble drive. Yeah, I'll take that contact.
And he sinks the second. Nets trail by 11. And we're just about 2 minutes into the second half now. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact. It's going to be on James Harden.
Well, that's a really nice job from MP to invite the contact and then get to the line.
That one is no good. And the NBA's new CBA cracking down on the top spending teams, Greg, but also the bottom spending teams.
Yeah, before teams had until the trade deadline to hit the minimum salary floor. Now they've got to be there day one, or they lose out on luxury tax distributions, which could end up in the millions.
From the stripe, Plumlee, it's tipped. Pass to Bridges. Good, and it's MP picking up the assist. MP's got 4 assists in the game. A little over 2.5 minutes off the clock in this final half of play. It's Powell on the wing. He's guarded by Thomas. Harden looking it over. Clock at 6. Shoots. Here's Plumlee, and it's slammed in by Plumlee.
Pick and roll play is a specialty of James Harden, and if he's got the ball in his hands and there's a pass to be made, I promise he'll deliver it. Russell Westbrook's checked in for the Clippers. Cameron Johnson's checked in for Brooklyn. Nets trail by 10. Now, MP. He's got 9. Outside for Thomas. The 3. It's good from long range. Thomas got 7 points.
They've been the better rebounding team by a healthy margin, but it hasn't been enough.
1:37 left here in the third quarter. On the wing, George. He's got 9, and it's blocked. And it's out of bounds to the Clippers as the Clippers retain possession. And we have to take another glance at that powerful rejection.
And guys, that is lockdown defense at its finest, going right at the shot and then able to knock it away.
So for the Clippers, Ivica Zubac has checked in for Plumlee, and Amir Coffey is subbed in for James Harden. Shot clock at 2. Westbrook can't get it to go.
And not allowing the shooter even an inch of breathing room on that one.
Right, he stays connected, and great timing on the contest.
They didn't have much of a problem getting the ball into the post that time.
We've got 1:08 left to play in the third. MP against Westbrook. The 3 from George. And again, no good by the Clippers. And it's Thomas with the ball. He brings it up for Brooklyn. Trailing by 5. MP against Westbrook. Claxton, no good. 2 for 1 opportunity here if they want it.
And no doubt, Kevin, if I'm them, I go for it.
Westbrook can't get it to go.
Just not there from a rhythm standpoint right now. It's really eluding him.
Offensive rebound. Los Angeles leading by 5. 3-second difference between shot clock and game clock. The drive by MP. And he goes in for the dunk.
Impossible to stop the putback when he's got that kind of position.
Agreed, Greg. Let him get his hands on it inside and finish it off.
How about the activity level, the effort level? This team right now feeding off his energy.
Here's Watford. He knocks it down, but wait a minute. The officials are getting together. They may want to review this one. Well, we thought the third quarter was over, but it turned.
The previous play is under review.
It's the ball before the buzzer.
And they're making sure on this one, even though it may not matter in the grand scheme, but the replay process is faster than ever. You know, why not?
After the review, the ruling on the floor is overturned.
We're going to switch the call. There is no doubt, looking at the replay, that he got it off in time.
Well, it's good they decided.
And at the close of the third quarter, still a close game, and both teams putting up points in a hurry. Clip.
Hey, we got to get more physical down the other end, man.
He's checked in for the Clippers. Paul George comes in for Russell Westbrook. The Nets also changing it up. Trendon Watford's checked in for Johnson. Thomas comes in for Simmons. And MP subbed in for Smith. It's time now to hear from our Hall of Fame reporter, David Aldridge. What's the latest, David?
Well, guys, over the break, I was able to listen to Tyronn Lue's huddle. Now, his perspective was to play like we're behind. He said that's the energy we need right now. We haven't won anything yet. Back to you guys.
Thank you, David.
Well, James Harden will go down as one of the great scorers in NBA history, and when he gets his groove going, look out, folks.
So for Brooklyn now, we've got Nicholas Claxton. Thomas is out there with MP. Then it's Mikal Bridges. And it's Watford in at the 4.
That's what we call a power finish. There's no such thing as gentle for the big man.
And they're bringing you up close and personal on the AT&T 5G Slam Cam. George up top, defended by Bridges. George passes to Tucker. Here's man. Thomas covering. Mann gets the bucket. And the Clippers lead by 6.
Yeah, nothing too fancy. Just getting the job done when they need to. Make every possession count.
To the paint, here's Claxton. It's hauled in by Zubac.
That's a surprise. I mean, really out of character for him to miss when the defense is not right up on him.
Inside, stripped away. And here we go. Fast break. MP's got it. And the foul called on MP. That's foul number 2 for him.
Oh, great defense. They anticipated the play and got there first.
Clippers leading by 6. From deep Harden, he just cannot miss. 8 up, 8 in. Flawless.
Boy, the hard dribble gets the defense on its heels. That is vintage James Harden right there.
And a little over 3.5 minutes in the books so far here in the 4th. Stolen by Tucker. George looking around. They set the pick. Here's Mann. Again, the Clippers. And what's your take, guys, on the hustle stats for the Clippers?
All game long, they've had active hands and really out in the passing lanes. And that aggression on defense has resulted in a ton of steals.
Those block shot numbers are big as well, guys, sending a clear message. We are not going to be scored on easily.
Here's Mann. Thomas covering. This is it to Harden. And there's the whistle. Illegal screen.
When a pick like that is questionable and creates that much of an advantage for the offense, you have to blow the whistle.
I don't think there's any question. There are so many rules that favor the offense these days. You've got to be able to equal things out when an illegal screen is set.
MP, good.
That's what you call playing with your head. MP finds a way to outmaneuver the defense, creates an opening with the pick and roll action.
Tucker. That ball, nice speed that time from George. And the Clippers lead by 9.
Finishing strong. This is how you want to close things out.
No question. They've got hot at exactly the right time. Clutch play on a team level.
And that's what he does. I mean, he is a bucket getter.
Guys, you've got to think a basket here would seal.
No question. That would be all she wrote.
14.
Here's Harden. 5-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock. There's the pass to Mann. Bridges against George. Zubac with the screen for George. And the dunk by Zubac.
Boy, how about that touch on the roll by Zubac? Nice finish.
MB finds Bridges. There's Thomas with the 3. And the Nets, another 3.
This guy, a tough cover for any defender. Creative and assertive, scoring the ball.
So the Clippers with the win. It was a fantastic ball game, and they did a great job making sure it didn't